Hello, everyone. I'm Mario Hilario from NBC 10. Welcome to a Food Podcast, a place you can come to hear all about the great things happening on the local food scene, the wonderful restaurants we have, the local companies making delicious food products, the fun community events that highlight local cuisine. Joining me now is Kara Sheridan, the owner of well-known restaurant The Shanty, and now she's going to talk about her new venture, the Corner House Deli, and she brought in some amazing food for me to try. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. We're excited to be here.
So first of all, I want to say congratulations because you are probably by the time people hear this, you'll already have celebrated your 10-year anniversary of The Shanty. Tell us about that.
Yes, it's really exciting. It's been a wild ride. Clearly we had like COVID and all of that doing that. So I think that I always say we got through that. We can get through anything. And now I feel like we've made it 10 years just being as a restaurant. And I feel it's a pretty amazing accomplishment. And I have a really awesome staff surrounding me. So it's really awesome. It comes with all of its challenges. It's the blood, sweat, and tears for sure. But I love when people leave the restaurant and they've had such an amazing experience by the food, their service. It just makes me happy. I love going out to eat, so when I can give that to other people, I'm very excited.
Well, congratulations. Happy 10 year. It's a number we love here, of course, Channel 10. And then what made you decide you wanted to start yet another business?
I'm always out looking, and, I think that everything has to be right timing-wise, and I think that, I have a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old, so opening another full-service restaurant, it just wasn't in the cards for me, and the building a couple doors down from the Shanty had gone up for sale a few times. I'd watched full-service restaurants go in and out, and personally, I was like, I don't think it's meant for a full-service restaurant. I also don't want to compete with myself 2 doors down, and it also gives us a lot more parking options and things like that. So, I turned it down a year before I ended up buying it, and because I had found out I was recently pregnant, I'm like, too much to take on right now. And then it came back around, and I was like, I'm not letting this pass up again. And I was like, I want to do something different. I love sandwiches. I love prepared foods, especially being a busy mom. Like, my husband's never eaten so well now.
Exactly.
I just grab it from the case and go home. And so it's been a really fun, and especially with me, I love being in the restaurant, but now having a 3 and 2-year-old, I'm home a lot on nights and weekends, whereas I was at the Shanty. So I kind of miss that hospitality and being around the guests and that buzz. So this was my opportunity to be back in something day in, and also just do something that there's a big need for in the area. Yeah.
So obviously it's a lot, the Shanty is pretty much just an evening establishment, and then you're open during the day, so really they complement each other well.
They do. It's great, and it's funny. There's a dry cleaner between us, and we're constantly going back and forth between we're like, we're missing this, or can we borrow this? So it's been really fun. So they complement each other and they help each other out a lot. So I think that it's really nice, and a lot of people that love the Shanty so much, they now know that they can go get great sandwiches during the day, or maybe they just want something more casual to take home for dinner, and they don't have to go out to a full dinner and eating and all of that, but they can still get the same great food and taste, but at a little bit more casual place.
Yeah, I was in there somewhat recently, I think before the holidays actually, but for an event, great little spot, and you can actually sit down too if you want to, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's quite a bit of seating. We just added even a little bit more seating. We did have people sitting out on our porch this past weekend with it being so nice on Sunday.
Nice.
It's one of my favorites. It actually has a water view, which a lot of people don't realize because you're on Post Road, but the little back porch is kind of nestled in there. And so we have lots of great seating, very comfortable. We also have beer and wine too. So if you're like me, who likes a glass of wine with your lunch, you don't have to write us off. You can come have a nice sandwich and counter service, but still have a glass of wine or beer.
Very nice. The best of both worlds, right? And what types of foods? Obviously, delicatessen, you have sandwiches, but kind of overall, what would you say, what kinds of foods you have?
So I'd say modern American, but we, as with the Shanty too, it has that little, we have a little bit Asian flair. We have a little bit of Latin flair. I think that we kind of take, there's so many flavors from everywhere, and we kind of I would say a little bit of fusion in there. You're going to see lasagna in the case, but you're also going to see empanadas. You're going to see a Southwest salad in there. So a little bit of everything. We have a Cuban panini on the menu, which is great. People love it. We also have a shawarma, which has that Mediterranean flair. So a lot of just flavors from around the world, but they all complement each other, and kind of so we're hitting all the bases.
Nice. Do you have a set set menu? Do things alternate? How does that work?
So the case for prepared foods is always changing. Every season we kind of have our staples that stay. Like right now, everyone's in love with the chicken pot pie. Clearly that will come off in the summertime, and we'll find something else amazing to replace it with. The sandwiches generally stay, but we're just about ready, coming up on summer. Like a lobster roll will go back on the menu, which once again, everyone loves the shanty lobster roll. So this was our opportunity that people can now go to the corner house and get the same lobster roll during the day instead of waiting for nighttime for the shanty. So that's kind of a nice thing.
I was going to ask you, did you carry over anything from the shanty you serve at the corner house?
We did. So for our catering menu, we do our wings. We're famous for our wings. And then we also, we had a banh mi pulled pork sandwich. The shanty, we always rotate a sandwich on our dinner menu. So a lot of those sandwiches have now made the board at the corner house, and which was great. Practice makes perfect, right? And then on top of that, like we have a brunch shanty chicken sandwich, which people like beg us to put on the menu all the time, but we kind of like to keep that air of like, only on brunch. But now you can get that sandwich at the corner house 7 days a week during lunch. So that's,
Very nice. So you mentioned, obviously, people can walk in, they can order. Can you order ahead of time if you want?
You can. So we are on, you can go on our website, cornerhouseri.com, and order. You can also, we are on DoorDash for the corner house. You can give us a call ahead too. So lots of options.
Yeah, so you can come in, eat there, take out, and you mentioned catering. How does that work?
So catering, you give us a call or send us an email through our website, and we have a catering menu. Also has like corporate lunches and stuff like that, all the good things, and then usually within 72-hour notice. But if we can do it and you call and you're in a bind, we're going to make something work for you too.
Oh, nice. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but ideally you want some.
Yeah, a little bit of leeway, especially, but we'll always be able to offer. Like if you're calling and you're like want something very specific, we might have a problem, but if we can do it, we're going to do it. And on top of that, if we'll always have a suggestion, like maybe we can't do that, but we'll be like, well, we can do this in that time frame.
Yeah. What kinds of events, like how big of an event can you cater?
I would say up to 100 people right now. And that's something that we're in the trial and error phase. So we're learning, and we hope that can become a much greater number as we get better. I'm a perfectionist, which is a blessing and a curse, but I don't want to promise anything that I can't deliver perfectly. So as we grow and we get more confident in what we do, we'll expand that.
Yeah, I mean, you're less than a year. You're coming up on a year anniversary, so you're really, you said trial and error, but in a good way right now.
It is in a good way. It's and that's the fun thing. It's that's the cool thing about prepared foods. They're all delicious, but maybe there's something that's not selling as prepared foods. Like we found last summer, like the really fancy like scallops in the case. Like if you're getting scallops, you're probably going to order takeout from the shanty, or you're going to go in and sit down. And I think those are things that we didn't realize that, but it's true. So those are the trial and errors. It's been a fun process.
Yes. So a combination of sandwiches, prepared foods, obviously desserts. We already interviewed your friend and coworker, colleague, Isabel Noel, with her delicious cakes and desserts. So you serve those out of the corner house as well.
We do. Yeah. So you can custom order through Cakes by Isabel, but we have, if you come in, there are cake pops and cookies and cakes. And there is literally about everything. Banana pudding, pies, cheesecakes, you name it, there's a sweet treat. It's like we have a really nice bakery side as well. Nice.
And you brought in more food than I could possibly try, but I'm going to go through some of these items because these look amazing, some of these sandwiches. So tell me about this first. This is huge. It looks like it could feed maybe 2 of me or 10 regular people.
So that's our giant focaccia Italian. So we always have an Italian on the menu. This one's special because we make it for more parties. It feeds 10 to 12 people. It's very huge. And we really, the chef from the shanty actually and we tried about every Italian meat possible and every peppercini and like you name it, to come up with the perfect Italian, and then this is it.
And the bread, I don't think I've ever seen an Italian on focaccia, so interesting combo.
So we always have focaccia in-house. If you do get it in the restaurant, it is on an Italian grider, but we have focaccia, so you can have it on that if you wish. For the catering menu, we do the giant focaccia, which we bake daily in-house. And we actually still, we have a mixer, but the guys refuse to use it. That focaccia is done with their hand mixed, and
what a labor of love, right?
It is a labor of love.
Yeah, it looks amazing. I can't wait to dig in. That focaccia is so good.
It is so good.
And that you did come up with the perfect Italian combo recipe.
It is really good. And it's great, too, because we have the focaccia in house, but we also make a house bolognese, and we have fresh pasta in our case. So you're busy, you just grab that fresh pasta, and we all know fresh pasta takes like 4 minutes on the, so it's like great and quick, and the bolognese is phenomenal.
Oh, my God.
And grab a loaf of Italian, you're great.
You're all set to go.
Good to go.
You can walk in and walk out with the whole meal, right? Now, this is your meatball, and you said you have a special recipe.
So we have a special recipe. It's actually the chef from the Shanty's grandmother's meatball recipe.
Oh, my gosh.
And so when we opened, he was like, I know what we're using, and it's great. He loves a little spice kick, and these definitely have a little bit of spice in them, a little bit of like a sausagey flavor, but unbelievable.
I'm gonna try that.
But not too spicy. Like, I'm not a spice person, but like this is the perfect amount of spice. And we use fresh mozzarella cheese, which makes a big difference.
I can taste that little spice. It's not even a kick, but just a
like,
spice. It's something there, different.
Exactly.
Really good. Great flavor. Definitely keep that on the menu.
It's not going anywhere.
I know.
Especially now.
It looks like a Reuben.
It is a Reuben. It's a pastrami Reuben. So we use pastrami, and we make the pastrami in-house. So that's what's special about that. There's not a lot of people that make pastrami anymore. It's, once again, another labor of love that we really do take our time and energy to make things. We want to be a step above. And this makes us a step above.
Yeah.
And on the marble rye, which is so delicious.
That is so good. I can't believe how much you make in-house. That's amazing.
It is. We do what we can do in-house. Once again, we have some really passionate guys and gals in our kitchen. So
nice, yeah. And this sandwich you said came from the Shanty as well, right?
Correct. So this has been on the original Shanty menu for 10 years, the brunch menu. And once again, I think only in COVID we had it on our dinner menu, and people were so upset when we took it off the menu, which it just happens sometimes. We change the menu. It is always on the brunch menu at the Shanty, but we surprised everyone and put it all the time at the corner house.
Oh, and what is it?
So it is on ciabatta, and it's a rosemary aioli, pickled onions, which are to die for. Really good bacon. That's the key. You got to have high quality bacon. There's a lot of bacons out there. Got to make sure you have good quality bacon. Grilled chicken and avocado. So really pretty simple, but just delicious.
Well, I saw the bacon, and right there you had me at bacon. So. It was so good, and that aioli is really good.
It is really good. It's just some fresh rosemary, with some mayonnaise.
So good. And you mentioned chicken pot pie. Any other prepared foods that you keep regularly?
Chicken pot pie. People really love the empanadas. We just put like a Greek plate in the case. So things are really always changing and moving in the case. Another thing that's always in the case, people love the Caesar salad at the Shanty, which is really good. We house make our Caesar dressing.
I'm not surprised.
And so that's always actually in the case.
Yeah. And when Isabel came in, I tried a lot of her cakes and cupcakes. I did not try this, so tell me what this is.
So coming up on spring, we're just kind of like lightening things up, and we know that some people want like a little, if you're me, I always want a little sweet treat with my food. So she made banana not bread pudding, I'm sorry, banana pudding. And it is phenomenal.
Looks like it's got those
it does have the vanilla wafers. She just does a phenomenal job, and she's always coming up with creative, crafty things, and in a fun way. She's always trial and error too. We're like, ooh, people love this. Let's, this is what's selling more of this, and we put this in the case, and we can't keep it in there.
Oh my gosh, let me see. Let me find out why. Oh my God, that's so good.
It is so good.
This is great. I would just get a big bunch of that and just take it home.
Right.
Oh my God, yeah.
As you should. So, and I think, like I said, I think there's tons of sweet treats. She does a really good job. I have to now close my eyes and walk past the case because it's at my disposal all day.
If I was there all day and I saw all this food every day, I would not be able to resist. So remind folks again exactly your address, your hours, and how they can get in touch with you and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. So we're located at 3880 Post Road in Warwick. And you can give us a call, go on our website, cornerhouseri.com, give us an email about catering anything. You can DoorDash us or order on our website also for, your daily needs, or give us a call for anything special you need or want.
And you're on social media too?
We are Corner House RI.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah,
I can't remember. It's Corner House.
Corner House, yeah. If you search it on Instagram.
Exactly.
And you post, I know you post a lot
we
of
do
great
post. I was
stuff.
like, ooh, I don't remember the shanty is the shanty room, but I'm like, wait a second, what's the Corner House?
Yeah, that's right. You're still in your infancy here.
Exactly.
Yeah. But that's all. There's easy ways for people to find you, for sure.
Exactly.
So, Kara, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations on 10 years with the shanty.
Thank you.
10 more times many, many more. And coming up on a year with the Corner House, I'm sure we're going to be talking about this for years to come as well.
Yay, well, excited. I can't wait to come back in 10 years and we'll see where we're at. We'll be out of our infancy stage, and
Yes.
maybe it'll be the third restaurant.
Oh my gosh. Well, hopefully I'll have you back before
Yes.
another 10 years. But anyway, folks, check out the Corner House Deli, Post Road in Warwick. So many different delicious foods to choose from. You won't be disappointed. They'll make you go, mmm.